Hello, this is SC, the rich woman. Today is Saturday. It's 6 p.m. Um, and I usually don't make videos on Saturdays because I'm usually working. But I am so sleepy, and I'm like, I just need to take me a nap. So I'm at a winery, in the parking lot of a winery, under the shade tree, and I'm going to take me a nap. 2 hours max, and I could just work all night because usually the rides get better for me at night because then there's less drivers out. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Just take me like no more than 2 hours. I can always go to the winery, use the restroom. Um, but then I would have to go back, to the city area to get something to eat. Because I'm probably going to be hungry. Not in 2 hours, but maybe like 9, 10 o'clock. Especially if I work really late, like 3:30 in the morning. So I I saw something on YouTube today that like bothered me. I hear that Trump signed a law on the 24th of this month, July, basically giving the police the right to put homeless people in mental institutions and put them in prison. It's talking. I can't remember exactly what kind of law it was. I think it said something about crime and disorderly, something about the streets. So they have the right to take down encampments. Like, how some people, homeless people, would build, like, put up a tent or some type of shelter. So they will have the right to take that down. People that look like they're on drugs and stuff, they would take them. People that I think have mental illness, they would take them. But I can see that there's no freedom in this country no more, I'm telling you, where it actually never was. But because they were doing things behind closed doors, but now there's really no freedom in this country anymore because they're doing it out in the open now. They taking people against their will, and so they're going to be taking homeless people. And I can see the police actually lying, and saying that some people probably have mental illness. Some homeless people probably have mental illness that don't, or maybe some homeless people are on drugs and they really not, to lock them up or put them in some type of shelter, or what. I heard that they was building some type of shelter for this. So they're gonna put them in mental institutions, prison, and then some type of shelter they're building to put these people in. And I'm not surprised. I knew that they were going to be putting people. I didn't know what kind of people they were going to do it to, but I can imagine how are you going to take care of basically all these people you're going to call yourself locking up or putting away? How are you going to properly feed them, clothe them, and all this stuff? So it just don't make sense to me. I feel like they're trying to get rid of people that is poor, homeless, people that have mental illness. And a lot of people are becoming homeless. So many people are getting evicted because they lost their job. So I'm like, it's going to be a lot of homeless people when all these people are losing their jobs, and a lot of people saying they looking, can't find jobs. So I'm like, well, it's just going to be a lot of homeless people. But now they're talking about putting the homeless people away. So this is crazy. But I thought to myself, why are they building so many apartments? If all these people are going homeless and nobody can afford this high rent, Why they keep building apartments? And so I feel like by making this law where you're basically criminalizing homelessness. That's basically what it is. They're criminalizing homelessness. So if you don't work and pay this high rent, you will go in prison or you'll be locked up wherever they decide to lock you up at. And that's crazy. That's no freedom. That is insane that they would do something like this, but I'm not surprised. So that really forces people to work for a little bit of nothing, because these people that have these big corporations and companies like Amazon, Uber, and all these other, companies where they want to pay the people nothing and basically slave you but pay you nothing. So that forces you to have roommates, because that's basically what it's doing. It's forcing you to have roommates. Now, the apartment that I'm supposed to be moving in, there were some people that were rejected. They were denied. They got approved by HUD, but then they were denied because there was 6 people trying to move into a 2-bedroom. So the apartment itself denied them because it's 6 people. So I don't know what is it supposed to be, 4 people? I think they said it's, I remember from the past, I think it's supposed to be like 2 to a room, if I'm not mistaken. But the way this is going, a lot of people cannot be roommates. Like myself, I'm a loner. I like my peace. I don't like being around people with anxiety and like people that their minds seem like they just unstable and they don't know what to do, and like certain people are like that, and those type of people, it drives me crazy. I can't be around those type of people because I'm a more of a calm, peaceful type of person. So I don't like, how some dogs, they'll be so anxious, they'll be jumping around and moving around and running, and then you have that dog that's like calm, and then the calm dog will snap at that dog that's moving all around, because it's just, that's how I am. I'm the calm person, and I can't be around people that's like that. It drives me crazy. But I don't think it's right that they're basically forcing roommate situation to pay the high rent. It's crazy. If you can't get into HUD, and then they cutting back on Section 8, so that's basically what they doing. I honestly think that there are some people that is buying up a lot of the property, rental property, and then they forcing the people to work for a little bit of nothing. So then you have to roommate. Like a 2-bedroom, just think, a 2-bedroom, like in the area I'm at, I think on the low end, it probably be like $2,800. That's on the low end. Because usually 2-bedrooms where I'm at is like past $3,000. It's over $3,000 for 2-bedroom. I think the low end is probably like 28. But yeah, you into like 3,500, for a 2-bedroom. So just think, if 2 people rent a 2-bedroom apartment, they're going to be paying around $1,500 each or more for a 2-bedroom apartment. So that's still a lot of money, especially if you're on the low side of the income. So really, you're really forcing like 2 people to a room. Or if you rent a 1-bedroom, you forcing 2 people to rent a 1-bedroom. That's crazy. It's like they don't care. All they want is that money. They're just lining their pockets. So, Yeah, I can see where the country going. This country is going to hell in a handbasket. If you can't see it, you are blind. But this country is going in a way that, man, this is horrible. I don't know. I feel like if you don't have a close relationship with the Heavenly Father, it ain't gonna be good for you. It ain't gonna be good for people that don't have a close relationship with Him, because He's the only one that can protect you, and He's the only one that can help you. This is crazy. So I said, let me make a video before I take my nap. My eyes is kind of hurting. That means they haven't been closed long enough last night when I went to sleep. So, you know, life is not easy. And I just have decided that I want people around me that want peace. You know, I'm just tired of messy people. I'm tired of being loyal to someone that's not loyal to me. So, the issue, you know, since I started my channel, and you can look back over my channel and see I have had on and off issues with my mother. I know I hadn't said, like in the past, I didn't say who it was, but it's my mother. And my mother, you know, I would call her, she would not answer the phone. I would be to call her 4 or 5 times, maybe over 3 or 4 days. She don't answer the phone. She'll call me back a week and a half later. And then I'd be like, I've been trying to call you. Why are you not answering the phone? And as her being a woman in her 70s, you know, I'd be worried about her. Is she okay? You know, what's going on? Sometimes I have to call my cousin that lives with her and ask, is she okay? And he'll say, yeah, she's fine. She's right here watching TV. And I'd be like, okay, thank you. Don't tell her I called. And I'm just tired of it. I'm just so tired. Like, it seemed like the older you get, you should get better. You should get more mature, you know. But in some people cases, if they're messy when they're young, they're going to be old and messy. And that's the case for my mother. I love her, but that's just the truth, you know. She's been pushing me away all her life and putting other people before me, and I'm just tired. I want peace. When I withdraw from her, I notice that I have a lot more peace. And so, and that's what I've been doing. I mean, she did it for the last time about 3 weeks ago. I was calling her. She didn't answer the phone. And so I said, you know, I just stopped calling her. Eventually she'll call. And she knows what she's doing. My mother likes for me, and I guess other people too, to need her. She likes to feel needed. But yeah, this game playing that she's doing is going to stop. I'm tired. I'm 51 years old. And I'm tired. I'm tired of the emotional roller coaster that she takes me on. Life is hard enough already as it is without someone doing this, you know. A mother's supposed to want good for her children, supposed to want the best for her children. I don't think that's a good mother that wants her children to stay behind her and asks her for everything, and she dish out what she want to and when she want to dish it out to you. So I think about me having kids, and I want the best for my kids. If my kids grow up and become more successful than I am, that's great. I want that. Because I'm thinking like, well, then they don't have to come and ask me for nothing. They won't have to like, Mama, can I borrow? Or Mama, can you sign for me to get this car? I don't have to hear stuff like that if they're very successful. That's the way I think. And then when Mother's Day come or my birthday come, maybe I get a nice gift, you know. Maybe they'll pay for something for me. That's the way I think. I don't think I want my kids to stay behind me and I want them to need me. And I don't think like that. I don't want to compete with my children. I don't have any, but if I did, I don't want to compete with them. I always want the best for people that are around me, my friends and my family. I always want the best for them. I don't want to hold nobody back for my selfish benefits or reasons. I want them to be all that they can be. And if they have to leave me to be that, fine with me. If we're not hanging together so much, if we're not friends so much, or if I'm not seeing you so much, that's fine with me, as long as you go and be the best that you can be. That's the type of person that I am. But some people want you to be held back for their benefit, wherever that may be. But yeah, I just been, I haven't called her since the last times I was calling her. So that's been about 3 weeks. I haven't called at all. I have talked to her 2 times, and she has called me those 2 times. And the last time she called me, I don't want to say her business, but it was some mess. She asked me, did I call some people on her? I'm like, I'm your daughter. Like, why are you thinking that I'm out to get you? You know, and this ain't the first time she has done this. Did you call somebody and tell them this and that about me? I'm like, what? Ain't even thinking about this. Like, so I'm just tired. She has low self-esteem and she's insecure. And that can be very stressful when you are close to someone that's like that. That can be very stressful. So I'm just tired. I am. And I told you she done told me a couple of times that she didn't want me to call her mama no more. So, you know, who says that to their daughter? So I feel like you pushing me away. You saying you don't want me to call you mama no more. So I'm like, I'll just go away. So I won't be going to her house to visit. I won't be to visit and sit up there with her and talk to her. I won't be spending the night at her house anymore. I'm even thinking about Mother's Day, just sending her a card with some money in it, and that's it. Don't even go take her out to eat. Don't even do all that. What I want to do is treat her like she live in another state. That's what I want to do. Put the distance between us, just like she live in another state. Because I'm tired. So when I go to LA, because sometimes I have to take people, to the airport, LAX. So if I go to LAX, I just might go see my aunt. Might tell my aunt, let's go out to eat, or let's, do something and take her to the store. She don't have a car. And bring my butt back. I'm just tired. I'm just so tired. This woman been pushing me away all my life. And I'm like, this last thing, I'm like, okay, I'll just go away. So I'm not going to completely cut her off. It hasn't got to that point yet. I hope it don't, because if it do get to the point where I completely cut her off, I would never talk to her again. I would never talk to her again, because the last time I cut her off and we start back talking, she was getting revenge on me, and I'm not going through that again. What can you do with a person that never see that they do any wrong, but they always play the victim? They're always the one that's being victimized in their head. They never see what they do. And sometimes you do apologize, Um, but I see she's always apologizing, whether it's to me or whether it's to somebody else. She's always apologizing. When you going to apologize and then stop doing it? Change. And that's what I'm not seeing. She's not changing. So it's just like a form of manipulation to me. She do things to upset me, and she just waits for time for me to cool off. And then I cool off and we back to the way it was. And then she does it again. It's just a cycle over and over and over. So I have seen some people have family in their life, and the family member is just really misusing them and abusing them, and they still have them in their life because that's their family. I'd be like, but what about yourself? You know, look how this person is treating you. So yeah, I just decided that, you know, I'm going to keep my distance from her, because if she was anyone else, I wouldn't even have anything to do with her. I don't want to have anything to do with a person that doesn't have my best interests at heart, that want me to stay beneath them and don't want me to get past them. And the only reason I still have something to do with it is because she gave birth to me, and that's it. So yeah, but believe me, I'm not stressing over it. I'm not. I've been talking to somebody that know how she is, and they have decided too that they're gonna break her loose from her, my mother, because I just want peace. I don't want this is just too messy, gossipy and messy, and I'm just tired of it. So yeah. I'm just praying for the day when I can leave. I think that they have plans for the American people. I really think that they plan on trapping the American people in America, enslaving everyone. Remember what Biden said? You will have nothing and you will be happy. That's what he said. And look like that's what they're trying to do. You will have nothing and you will be happy. Okay, so I guess I will let you guys go, and I will talk to you in another day. Have a good day. Bye.